Hey, everybody, in this episode of Box Office Breakdown, we are back. We are all new here in 2018. You've seen some movies. We've seen some movies. The general public has seen some movies. We're going to talk about all that and more next. Hey, everybody, in this episode of Box Office Breakdown, it is second chances here in the new year. We're talking 2018. We're talking box office. We're taking movies that you've seen, we've seen, the general public has seen. All that and more next.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Box Office Breakdown.
Oh, look at this.
Yay!
Like a long delayed gift under your Christmas tree.
Yeah.
That is what we are.
We're a New Year's present.
That's true. There you go. Neil's wearing a diaper to bring in Baby New Year. It's
true. Oh, wow. I did not see where that was going.
It keeps everything together.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Box Office Breakdown. Of course, this is the show where we look back at the box office that was for many weeks past, but more specifically this past weekend. And then we like to
prognosticate
about the weekend that lie ahead. Look at that. I'm one of your hosts, Frank Moran. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at HappyGoJackie.
And I'm Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D. Lane. And we have a live chat. And someone, I like Sarah put it, that we are Box Office Breakdown got lost in the mail. So we're the Christmas present that came a little
That's
later.
True.
Yes.
Aww.
Little dinged around the edges.
That's so special. Hi, everyone. I'm Amy Cassandra Martinez. New year, new name, new hair, but same old me.
Yay.
I'm so glad to be back. You guys can find me on Twitter at Amy Cassandra M and on Instagram at Amy Cassandra Martinez.
What's up, guys? It's the Neil Plumley. You can find me anywhere that you can find people at the Neil Plumley. That's TheNeilPlumley. Old me, old name, old hair.
Oh, but all handsome.
Thanks.
Now, of course, folks, you can like us on Facebook. Give us those 5 stars on iTunes. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And while you're there, and because it's 2018, throw just like 218 thumbs. Why not do that? And of course, folks, feel free to hop in the chat. Talk about anything you watched recently over the holiday break or something that's just kind of intriguing your mind about movies in general. But as Kari just indicated, if you're watching this afterwards, what
You
can we
can
do?
comment down below.
Love it. Love
Yay.
it. Yes, so movies.
Yes.
Movies.
Saw
It's
so many
why we're here. It's what we're doing.
Yes, well, so we'll break down some numbers. We'll talk about all the movies that we've seen, and we'll look at your thoughts about movies that you've seen as well. But we'll start off number 1 there at the box office this past weekend, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. From Sony, $36 million. Who
It
has
was
seen
really good. I saw it.
I haven't seen it.
I've seen it.
I'm the odd duck out. Let me give you my impressions. Never mind.
I've seen it.
That's fine. Oh, and then yay. Okay. What did you think, Frank?
As a big man. Jack Black was
what
great.
else is
Jack
new?
Black was great.
Yes.
Kevin Hart was forgettable in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just don't like Kevin Hart.
I do. And as I said before, but still, even not liking Kevin Hart, he's still pretty underwhelming in this role.
But it's fine. His part's not that big.
Yeah.
It's like him.
Oh.
I was going to say, is that
No. I thought it was so fun. Saw a family at Christmas, super entertaining. I like the nods to the original, like some little bit of like callbacks, which I thought was a great way to transition it. It is not trying to replace it. It is just a new, like updated version. They even adjust like why it switches from a board game to a video game, and I thought that was cool. And yeah, it's just a fun ride. I think all the like adult actors did a great job being the kids, because you're like, yes, I can totally see it. And Jack Black totally steals the show. He's hilarious.
Amy?
Not as excited.
Not as excited about you. Whoa.
Nope.
But I do have to say, yeah, I mean, they didn't try to be anything like the original, which I appreciate because it's so different.
Yeah.
Did not really care for Jack Black. in
Really?
the-
What?
Interesting.
He's like the best one in it.
What did you not like
the
about Jack Black?
Jonas was really Nick. It's Nick Jonas.
Jonas.
I thought I liked his character too.
Yeah, he was fine.
Yeah.
They did a good job being the kids.
Yeah.
But it's whatever. I really love The Rock, just
Oh yeah.
because
he's
I
so
love The
good.
Rock.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart was all right. Jack Black, like he did a good job, but he wasn't my favorite part. And I'm not a huge fan of Jack Black. I like him in School of Rock and The Holiday, and that's about it.
And
What about Tenacious D and The Pick of Destiny?
I know a couple songs from that, but I've never seen it.
It's fantastic.
Is her name
I mean,
Karen?
that's
Gillan?
Yes.
Karen Gillan.
Yes.
I liked her character,
Yeah.
but I felt they could have done more with it because they're like, oh, she's this great fighter, and she gets like 2 fight scenes.
Yeah,
So I was
that's
like, ooh,
true.
you could have done a little bit more. Like her acting was fun, and she was a cool character, but it was just like skills, fight. Here's my little fight scenes. You're like, ah.
I mean, I agree. I wish
she was
they
still
would have
cool.
done more. Yeah. But I do think that what they did do was good with her. What? Were we getting?
And then chat room.
She was a doctor. Yeah.
The Mickey M liked Jumanji's a great time. Zaya said Jumanji's a good and funny movie. Robert says fun. Yeah, exactly. It's fun. What about up in the booth? What'd you think?
Antonio.
Donnie?
I'm here.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. What did you think?
Of Jumanji?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was just a fun ride. It
Yeah,
was like
okay.
it was
Yes.
kind of like writing out the game. Like you just kind of go with the flow. Some highlights was definitely Jack Black. I loved his acting, playing like that
So
crazy like
Yes.
girl. Oh, it was so good.
The Where Is My Phone? Who has?
That was
That's
Yeah,
true.
totally not-
That's true.
Wait, where's my phone?
Well, yeah, and Sarah brought this up. Sarah Brockle. How do you?
Not
Okay.
sure. But
All
yeah,
right.
she's
In the
in
chat,
Doctor
yeah,
Who.
she brought it up. Yeah, she was in Doctor Who. That's Amy Pond.
And then she's also in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
There
I
you
like
go.
that.
Nebula.
Yeah.
So coming in number 2 at the box office this week, Insidious, The Last Key from Universal, $29.2 million. I did not see this. Anybody?
I haven't. I'd like to.
I want to.
I have someone I follow on Twitter, a friend of mine. He recently just put in like 2018 horror movies. Don't do any of these. It's all the tropes like jump scares, a kid down a hallway with a bouncing ball, and all the stupid things that they do. So then he went and saw The Last Key, and then he reviewed it and on Twitter. Someone was like, "Does it do any of the tropes?" And he said, "It does a couple of them, but it makes up for it because the lead is a 75-year-old woman and she's badass, and that's really cool."
Nice.
And so I'm actually more interested to see the movie now because in the trailer you sort of understand that she's the main character, the old woman, but you don't really understand. Like at least for me, I didn't really grasp the idea that like she's the main character. Like the bad things happen to her, around her. She needs to deal with it, and I just think that's cool. And I'm actually more excited to see the movie now.
Robert in the chat says Insidious was okay. I want to see it. I know I liked the first one, and I thought the first one was really good. I think I liked the second one a bit. Now, is this the third or fourth?
I think it's the third, isn't it?
It's
No,
it's the fourth.
It's the fourth. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because I
Oh.
think it's the third I missed, and so I kind of wanted to watch that before going to see this
I'm
one.
right there with you, Carrie. I've seen the first two.
Yeah, they were good.
I enjoyed the first one
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
And I fell off after the third one came out. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely I'm thinking I'm gonna revisit them and watch this as
Well,
well.
we'll just have to talk about it on our sister show on
Hey.
Horror Movie News. Also on Popcorn Talk.
Every Tuesday at 4 p.m.
Coming in at number 3, Star Wars: The Last Jedi from Disney, $23.5 million.
Did you
I still
not
love
see
it.
it?
I have seen it.
I love it more now.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Even I leave it even more now.
Yes.
I've just been talking about it, understanding more things from it. I love it.
I loved it. I thought it was super fun. I don't know why everyone's hating on it so hard. I like one friend of mine on Twitter. He's like describing a movie, and he's like, "Okay, enough about The Empire Strikes Back. Now about Last Jedi." Like when you go for the people who are like, "It's not a Star Wars movie." It's like, yes, it is. There's just it made me so excited. Just all the moments of tension. You're just like on the edge of your seat, and you want to know what happens next. I really liked it.
To those who don't like it, let go of your hate. It leads to the dark side.
Let the past die.
And let the past die.
Yeah, because when you guys talked about it, I wasn't here, so
I hadn't seen it yet when they talked about it. So
Oh.
there we go. What did you think?
I really liked it. Yeah, I was thinking yesterday even that it's crazy that this is the last time we're gonna see Carrie Fisher posters for a new movie.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that I just like. I really loved. Seeing her again. I love seeing Billy Lord with her.
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was really nice. It wasn't my favorite, but it was really good.
I liked it better than
Force Awakens.
Yes.
This has definitely probably been the most contentious Star
It's
Wars
so
film.
polarizing.
It is.
It is.
People either love it or hate it. There's not really like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
me.
There's not
Yeah.
as many. There's a lot more
That's
like super
true.
hardcore hate or super loving it. There's not as many like, sure.
It was
I felt Force
fun.
Awakens was that for me. I'm like, it was cool, but I wasn't like blown away.
And we talked
Yeah.
about this a little bit before we had the holiday break, and because I know you were having a nice discussion about The Last Jedi with somebody
Yeah.
on social media before, and I feel like that seems to be a rarity in terms of people that just have a nice discourse without being just so. I will tell you why you're wrong about your opinion.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
it was.
Yeah, this
it's-
has been it. Oh.
It definitely. There's definitely a lot of people who are just like outwardly super mad, and I have a lot of fun watching YouTube videos of people telling the audience why the movie is terrible and why they like disown Disney and Star Wars and Lucas and all this stuff now. It's incredible because so many of these viewpoints are like, you can't do this to Luke, you can't do this to Poe. Why didn't they just tell him the plan? Why are all my male characters, not doing well? And I'm like, that is the point of the movie.
Did you
Your
see-
male characters don't do well because they have always done well and they need a chance to get struck down a tad so that they can have a better arc coming up. If you want a good male character, they cannot just win all the time. Everyone talking about how Rey's a Mary Sue. What about Poe? Flying around. What's the male version of a Mary Sue? Just a male character, right? So he's just flying around with no explanation why he's so good. How about you tear him down 3,000 pegs so that he can come up and be a better leader in 9? That was my entire problem with how many people hated this movie. They don't understand that what they're doing is creating perfect characters to move forward.
And if everybody forgot, Luke was such a whiner in all the old movies too. No offense, he's a great character, but he whined a lot.
He became a great character.
Yeah,
That's the
and
thing.
so it's like, it's not that weird for him to be how he was now. And then a lot of people like the milk scene. Okay, that is a little weird, but it was funny.
Sure,
But it
who
was so
cares?
short. Like, really, that's the moment that stands out to you. I do love, though, that they made porgs because they just had puffins all over the
yes.
island and they couldn't get rid of them. And I love puffins because they're really cute.
I was gonna say porgs are adorbs.
Yes, the porgs are amazing. I wanted actually a little bit more with them.
yeah.
A little bit more.
Well, they're going to have their own spin-off.
What is it gonna be called?
Praise be.
Like the Ewok scene. Yeah.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah,
There are
yeah.
a couple
Anyway.
of TV movies.
I could speak at this at length, but I'll
Well, no,
I'll let
you
go.
hit on it, and then you were saying too, like it was interesting. I mean, fans have done this for a while, but Twitter, I felt Star Wars was the big spark that everyone on Twitter's like, you're wrong for liking this movie, and you're like, whoa, what is it? Like your opinion's wrong for liking or disliking a movie. That it's like, calm down.
But then I also I think it goes the same way too, where people who loved it will talk down to the people that didn't like it and tell them why they're wrong for liking it. I just feel like it's both sides. Nobody can, I think, can claim the high ground in terms of their.
You like
fan.
it, good.
Yeah.
You don't like it,
Whatever.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
good.
Sometimes it's better just to be quiet. Coming to number 4, The Greatest Showman from Fox, $13.8 million. I saw this so long ago.
You did. Do you remember what the movie was about?
Yeah, it was about a secret agent that
Yeah.
that was working at a 7-Eleven.
On a great start.
That's correct.
Yep, and he had problems with the slushy machine.
Perfect.
Is that it?
That's the whole thing.
That was it. I knew
It's a
it.
4-minute film.
Hello.
Yeah.
Wait, did you guys see it?
Yes.
Yes.
I've seen it twice.
I want to hear.
I-
I want to hear what Frank needs to say first
I
because we've
know.
been waiting to hear.
Oh, no.
Yes.
We've been waiting.
Yeah, because you
We've
were like,
all
I
been
can't
so
talk about it yet.
I feel like
Yeah.
we're gonna be on the same page.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting.
Maybe. I don't know. Okay.
All right. Well, my thought was
ahead.
much of the music I enjoyed. In fact,
Okay.
I bought the soundtrack. But
Right.
the movie. I mean, and this is. I know it's. I'm not looking for historical accuracy.
Yep.
So I
Yep.
take that argument away from it. But I still would like to have just a little deeper characters. It was just so superficial. It just didn't really grab me as a story. So so it's kind of confounding because some of the music and some of the choreography for some of the sequences are entertaining, but just overall it's just like a story that really really sunk in and I feel like I wanted to get hit emotionally by it. It just didn't land for me.
Wait, so
Fair
how
enough.
did you feel coming out of the theater, Frank?
I came out going like, ugh, really?
You didn't think it was the greatest show?
No, I
was-
didn't.
I came out high on life after
Right?
watching that movie.
Yeah.
I was like dopamine straight to the veins, and I wanted to. I danced my way to the bathroom, not only because I had to pee, but because of the
Woo!
music. You can
Love
have to
it.
breathe that. Like it's just a fun movie. It's like going to
Yes.
movies and and they just give you like a bunch of happy pills. Like
Right?
you just chug them down. Yeah, the story wasn't there. The characters are like 2 inches deep. But I mean, oh my god, the way that movie made me feel, I was like, yes, I like this.
100% agree. I went home and I was putting the soundtrack on YouTube and I'm like, just play it on loop. All of the music, loved it. I went back and saw it with my mom and I loved it. Second time, it was interesting though. There's a part where a kid gets slapped. The second audience with my mom, everyone's like, like an audible gasp. And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
oh, okay. Like my first audience, whatever. But the second one,
We've been there.
yeah, they're like, whatever. Yeah, dance. I had a friend be like, oh, they don't see the dancing enough. I'm like, no, I love it. Every dance. I'm like, I want to learn the routine. Like the videos. Yes. Love
Amy?
it. Yeah, Amy.
Yeah, so yeah, pretty much everything that Frank said. I agree. There's a line in the trailer that isn't even in the movie.
The show business. What's that?
Yes.
Whatever that happens. I know it sucks.
I'm like, that's a really good point of like, why wouldn't you have it? I really
True.
love Hugh Jackman, but everything was just like, boop, it was up here. I didn't really get sunken into the story and feel everything like, wow, right here. Yeah, I mean, the songs were cool. I haven't really listened to them much more than I did when I saw the movie. But yeah, I mean, I left there feeling like, cool, this is nice.
So Neil.
Yes.
I really liked the movie. I went and saw it with my wife, and she's a huge musical fan, and so she was listening to the soundtrack like on repeat for weeks before she saw the movie. So, and I think, and here's a point that I think you two might agree with: the regularly acted and scripted scenes in the movie don't have a lot of weight to them, and I think it's just supposed to drive the plot forward to the next song, and they're trying to, they sort of hedged all their bets in those songs for the emotional context.
That's exactly
And
what it
and
is.
if it didn't really hit you, or you didn't if the song didn't really solidify the emotional context for you, then the scenes progressing further than that didn't really mean that much, because you're like, I don't really care about these people. So I think they really invested a lot of their effort into the songs themselves and not so much into the scripted plot. That's how I feel about it. That being said, like everyone's been saying here, the songs are absolutely fantastic. They're really cool. The choreography is really nice. I'm sure everyone, I'm not sure if anyone remembers here, but during This Is Me, Zendaya throws this look that shook me to my
Yes.
core. I was like,
Yeah.
you got Zac Efron up in the rafters looking down at her. He just sort of betrayed an emotional trust between the two of them, and she's just trying to tell him that she's proud of herself, and it's on the hit, so it's on like This Is Me. And she looks up at him, and I'm just like, oh my god! I actually legitimately had my hand on my chest. I like sat further back in my seat. I was like, oh my god, Zendaya, just emotionally destroying me in that moment. It was such a powerful look that she gave. I loved that.
Real quick, Neil, just to add on to that scene and that sequence, that song.
Sure.
That's where I felt. That's where it got me the most, like emotionally heavy. That song right,
Right?
there with the bearded lady.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
just sticking it to the hottie potty of like the high society New York.
Yes.
It was just, or wherever they were. It was just so good.
But another very powerful point for me was when Hugh Jackman had never seen Lind. What was her name? Something Lind. Sarah Lind. Sing before, and he was on the side. He was on the side of the stage watching Jenny Lind. Yeah, watching her sing, and the song was about him. Never enough. How like nothing that he accomplishes is ever going to be enough, because he came from nothing, and she came from the same spot. That's obviously why she wrote a song to sing it with that much power. They came from similar backgrounds, and he's noticing that like he's building up this stuff, and he doesn't sort of realize or even think to contemplate why he's trying to build this empire. He says it's for his kids and for his family, but it's not true. It's for himself. And it's at that moment that he realizes that, and he wants to keep building more. He doesn't realize it and shy away from it. He realizes it and he's like, yes, of course, I want to build, like, I want to like get like drunk with power and money. And it's all in his eyes in that moment when she's singing this beautiful freaking song that just leveled me when I was watching it. And those two moments I think are the most powerful moments for me during the movie. But like I said, if you're not emotionally, if you don't think the songs are emotionally coherent enough to propel the movie forward, it's not going to really stand up on its own. Which is a little bit of a flaw, but then again, a lot of people, including myself, are like, the songs kind of do it. If you can think about it. I will say to those who at the table who've seen it, those at home who've seen it, there's some really great YouTube videos with behind the scenes.
Ooh.
And they're
True.
all
When they workshop it. Yes.
yeah, it's all during the read through / sing through. They are so good, these videos, because it's just all raw, like emotion and singing. There's one where Hugh, I won't get into a lot of it because we don't have a lot of time, but Hugh has to sing. He's not able to sing, but he just feels compelled to sing during the sing through. They're fantastic. If you have seen, even if you haven't seen the movie, just look up Greatest Showman behind the scenes videos on YouTube. Honest to God, if you're like me, you're gonna love them. I adore those videos.
They were great.
Yeah.
I liked them a lot.
I still couldn't quickly, because he made such a big play. I got to get Zac Efron's character. Got to get him involved. Never saw anything that he did. I was like, all right, yeah, we did that. So, but then also like
There
the
are
emotional
some
part.
little things that you skip by.
Yeah.
Like they go
Yeah.
they've. Never mind. I was like, that's a plot thing. But there's something like they make a point about it and then they don't come back to it. I'm like, well, maybe it'll come back later. Like it's not within the context of the movie, so it's like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there was one moment at the end where they have the big rousing speech. You gotta shore up P.T. Barnum, send him back out to be able to kind of reclaim everything. But there's also a part of the movie where he kind of shuns everybody that's working for him. And so I feel like, and they come to him like, hey, we're going to build you up. At no point is that like shunning addressed. I'm like, you kind of just got to give him a pass on that.
Okay, because they sang a song.
Yeah, they kind of address it.
They do a little bit.
They're sort of like
you made the mistake.
You let this fail, but we need this.
Yeah.
So we need you
Yes.
to get back. So it's less of like they're building him up to make sure that he can continue, but not just for himself, mostly for them. They're looking out for themselves.
There's part of the end where I'm just like, okay. I won't spoil what that is. All right. And then rounding out our top 5, Pitch Perfect 3 from Universal Films. Universal Pictures, excuse me. $10.2 million. I've seen it.
I've seen
Have
it.
you seen it?
Haven't had the pleasure
Not yet.
of singing it.
Amy?
It's fun. It's all right. It feels a little bit like the first one, which maybe isn't too bad, but it's like we've had a second movie, so we should have moved along with certain things. The singing is cool. I like the singing more in the second one than I do in the third one. It's all right.
I felt that they broke some of the characters, a majority of the characters in this film. I thought it was interesting. So
Yeah,
that
like-
Kay Cannon, who wrote them all, like for some reason just has characters at the end of the movie say things that you're like, huh? Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't totally make sense.
Yeah, it kind of negates everything that you've seen in the first 2 films about these characters, and you're like, oh, that's interesting. I don't know why you're choosing to go out on this note, but okay, all right. And so before we go into next week's films, though, I know there are many other films that came out this over the holiday break. We've had films like The Post. If anybody's seen The Post,
I've seen
All
it.
the Money in the World, which is the subject of our box office bet. Anybody see All the Money in the World?
No.
Oh,
No,
I
my
saw-
theater just got it. So no.
I saw it. It was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I saw that, All the Money in the World, The Post, and what was the third one? But it was all historical films, so it was kind of interesting to see.
Did you
Darkest
see
Hour?
Darkest Hour yet?
No, I haven't seen Darkest Hour.
Congratulations, Gary Oldman. for
Yay!
winning. Yay!
But
The Post.
okay, The Post. You
Yeah.
have to see it.
I want to.
Oh my gosh. So my favorite actor is Tom Hanks. My favorite actress is Meryl Streep. And I love Steven Spielberg. My cat is named after him. So I almost feel like this movie was just calling my name, you know. The first scene where you see Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks together, I was just like almost drooling with excitement at the theater. I'm like, I've waited my whole life for this. This is fantastic. Yeah, they do such a good job. Like the camera movements, obviously the acting, the ensemble together. Like there are no weak characters. I loved it. Loved it.
It's
Loved
it's a very entertaining film. Certainly about a very cool subject. So.
Oh
Right.
yeah. Oh
go
yeah. When
ahead.
they show stuff with the newspaper, I'm like God, I want to read a newspaper right now. Give me a cup of Joe.
Oh, the third one was Molly's Game. I checked that out as well too.
And
That looked interesting.
Yeah,
I saw that. Has anyone else seen that?
I did. I saw
haven't.
it as well. What did you think, Anthony?
I don't know. For some reason, it didn't sit well with me. It might have been Chastain's performance. I've been like diagnosing that because a critic I gave it a high score, and then I was like, I had to like reevaluate my life after that. So I was trying to figure out really like hard, like what was it I didn't like, and I think it was just Chastain's performance. To be honest with you, I couldn't buy it. I couldn't buy that she was always the strongest and the smartest person in every scene, which I think what they were going for, but it didn't come off as that to me.
I mean, I'm a sucker for Aaron Sorkin for sure. So
This is the one that he directed, right? His first, his directorial debut.
yeah, and I was wondering how that would be for somebody that is such a just words are his thing.
Right.
How he would be as a director, and I thought it moved along well. I mean, there are some flashy visuals that you figure he picked up from maybe David Fincher from Moneyball or Danny Boyle from Steve Jobs. Yeah, it was entertaining. I mean, I could listen to people recite lines from Aaron Sorkin. So for me, I was like, all right, I'll dig this. If I had to probably rank those three that I saw, I'd probably go. I go post Molly's Game and then All the Money in the World. And I mean, and not to say that All the Money in the World is terrible. It's just like it was good, but it was like, yeah, I'll give me Aaron Sorkin. I'm gonna enjoy that. All right, so ladies and gentlemen,
Shape of Water.
Oh my God.
Shape of Water, yes.
Yeah, because we had already talked.
We talked about it on Twitter.
Yeah.
I really liked it, but I know.
What?
I didn't like,
Well,
not the
Anthony
freak out, like,
disagrees.
wow. I know, you were
Yeah.
crazy in it too.
Loved it.
I'm just kidding.
No, I really, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed it, but towards almost towards the end, it was the pace was slowing down that I'm fidgeting a little more in my chair, and I liked the characters, but I wasn't so invested in them.
What?
I know. But visually stunning, cinematically gorgeous, concept great. Everything about it is cool, but I just didn't feel in it. I didn't walk away wow, that was really good. I just was that was cool. That's about where I know.
I walked away holy moly, how am I still standing? That was amazing.
And then they were just dragging you out of the theater.
Pretty much. I had to swim.
Tom Hanks had to come in and help her.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, take this woman to a hospital. I'll run there.
Oh
Did
my
you see
gosh.
Shape of Water yet?
I have
Run,
not. I
Forrest,
have a
run.
screener
I
for
got
it,
you.
so I will be watching it from the safety of my own home.
It's somehow dangerous
It is, guys.
for you
It
to go
is.
outside
is
and watch
very
movies
much
He's
about
a
water.
celebrity. What are you
Yes.
talking about?
And then way throwback, I finally saw Monster Trucks. And it's super
Fantastic.
adorable. It's adorable.
Oh,
That's all I have to say.
Look at that. Way to
it was
honor
very
those
fun.
box office bet
I
commitments.
know, right? I finally saw it, but yeah.
Speaking of box office bets, though, it's 2018, which is a new year. It means it's a new bet.
New
and we've
year,
got
new us.
three films vying for your box office bet consideration.
What, are they
People in the
bragging
chat.
on us?
We've got The Commuter from Lionsgate, 2,800
yeah.
screens with
No.
Liam Neeson and Vera Farmiga. We've
Yes.
also got Paddington 2 from Warner Brothers, 3,600 screens, and then Proud Mary from Sony, 2,200 screens.
Proud Mary.
Yeah,
Taraji P.
Henson.
Taraji P. Henson.
Yeah,
she plays a hit man.
Yes, that
And she's
trailer looks
proud.
cool. That trailer
proud
does
of
look
it?
good.
So those are the three
that
films,
one.
Phil. So people in the chat, feel free to start chiming away which one you would like us to consider for the box office bet. And of course, as always, the loser will have to go see this film. Tell us all about it. Neil, I know you did a great job on Twitter over the holiday
Hey,
break
thanks.
to update everybody on the box office bets that we did and the winners and losers of said bets. So, and pardon me for refreshing my memory, All the Money in the World. I know I was in the middle. Was it
think
Carrie
I
or
lost.
yourself that was?
I was too high.
I won that bet.
Look at that.
Yeah.
So, all right. We'll look forward to Carrie's report.
I was interested, and it wasn't at my theater yet. Well, Shape of Water is at my indie small theater, and I thought that was going to be more wide release, so it's not the bigger one yet. So we'll see what they all have.
Now, before we do the bet, we've got to figure out what we think next week's box office is going to look like. So we've got these three films entering into the fray, along with all the ones that we've talked about so far today. What do we think? Does anybody see any of these three topping Jumanji? I've had silence.
I don't know.
speaks
Jumanji
volumes.
had a pretty good third week drop.
Yeah.
But do you see? Do you see any of these three really like seizing number one? Like, is anybody? And one of these three like where it's like, I got to go see Liam Neeson in a life or death situation again.
But on a movie.
But this time, it's on a locomotive.
Yeah, right?
Of which we have a sparing amount in Hollywood. More locomotives, please.
I feel like Paddington 2, I mean, I guess it was the first one was really good and well received. So I feel like
it's a family film. Family films
I feel like
do
that could go
well.
up high. I don't know if that'd be number.
I don't think it'll be number one.
No.
It could make the top 5, but I don't think it'll be one.
I feel like families will still be going to see Greatest Showman too, no?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Jumanji.
Jumanji.
And Star Wars.
Yep.
And Pitch Perfect.
Different kind of family, because Paddington feels more like little kid family.
Yeah.
Because this gesture means
Peter
little.
Rabbit family.
Yeah. That looks kind of funny and cute, but weird.
Is that James Corden that plays Peter?
Yeah.
it
Right?
sounds
Then you're
him.
like, wait. He's, yeah.
You know, I'm just throw mine out. I'm gonna go Jumanji, Paddington, Insidious, and then I'm gonna say, I'll probably say Star Wars and then Commuter.
And then? Did you
That's-
say them all?
So that's 3. Jumanji, Paddington, Insidious, Star Wars, The Commuter.
Okay, sure.
I'm just going to go with that.
Yep.
I've, as great as Proud Mary may be, I just don't know if that's going to seize a top 5 spot. I don't think.
Well, fine. I'll be the counter,
Perfect.
and I'll be like, bloop. That Proud Mary will be 5.
No, all right. People in the chat, we got Sky Patterson throwing in a vote for Proud Mary. Wow. And we got, we see Paddington 2 with the win. I saw that one of our intrepid chat room there. There you go. All right, so it looks like it's Paddington 2, everybody, that we're going to be doing the box office bet
No,
with.
it's not.
No?
No.
Oh, wait. I think it's safe to say Proud Mary won the vote.
Yeah.
All right, so
Okay.
Courtney, Proud Mary. So I guess with that last-minute vote there from Sky Patterson, he tipped it over to we're doing Proud Mary, Taraji P. Henson joint.
That's true.
All
If I
right.
say it's 5.
There you go. So 2,200 screens from Stony Screen Gems. Taraji P. Henson, a January film, not necessarily a sign of box office bonanzas. All right.
Okay.
This is gonna be.
Yep.
Okay.
The noises we make.
Yep. All right. Of course,
It's
we're
for
supposed to do in our
everyone
bet.
listening on iTunes. That means
That's
we're
right.
thinking.
Yes, so of course the box office bet, folks, we're all going to take a bet what we think the opening box office total will be. The person who's closest gets to be prognosticator of prognosticators, and of course gets the first January title.
Oh,
So I mean that's a lot of prestige behind that. You're setting
Think of
setting your
that.
mark for the rest of the year. The loser, of course, as I mentioned earlier, will have to go see this film. Tell us all about it.
All right. Ken Jack says 16. Tanya says 10.5. Courtney says 25. Teresa says 12. Starger says 22.
Man, I think I think these are all high.
I know.
It feels like those are all high.
Yeah.
Oof.
Solomon. I'm sorry, I can't say that right. Jonas Jr. 30.
Soluminati.
Yeah, it's a little small font from far away.
Jonas.
But Sky Patterson says 20.
I think Proud Mary 20 million opening weekend. Come on, my black sister. Thank you, Sky.
Sarah says 17, which Sarah, that's what I put.
All right, so we got 17 from Kari Lane.
It'd be a 10 for me.
Oh, wait, it's here. 10.
Oh, twinsies.
Oh, I went 9.
Ah!
Oh, save!
I was looking to go 10. Oh, all right.
Mickey says 15.
What? 15.
What?
What? We'll see. Hey,
We'll find
it'd
out.
be great to be pleasantly
But
surprised.
it's on my 5. It's my 5. It's not on your guys' top.
That's- yeah.
So, makes sense.
I almost went 10. Could have been a triple.
That would
been
be
trip-
crazy.
trip
Have we
tens?
had that
Yes.
yet? We haven't had that yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it. Our very first box office bet has now been recorded, thanks to the always handsome, always entertaining, the Neil Plumley.
What's up?
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this episode of Box Office Breakdown. We're just getting started for this year, though. But as always, like us on Facebook, give us those 5 stars on iTunes, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and while you're there, man, just get crazy with your thumbs. Throw those thumbs all over the place. And if you're watching even after the show's aired live, please comment down below. And Kari, what question would you like them to answer?
What was your favorite movie you watched over holiday break and why?
And yeah, don't just give us a name. We want reasons. Justify your decisions.
Even if the reason is like you went and saw it with your family, that's cool too.
DVD holiday Christmas party. I had a blast.
Yay! Okay.
I saw that movie. It was pretty good.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to continue the conversation with us even after the show's over, Neil Plumley, where can people find you?
What's going on, guys? It's me, Neil Plumley. You can find me at places that people are found at the Neil Plumley, which is TheNeilPlumley. Tell me what you thought about Office Christmas Party.
It was fun. Yeah,
It was great.
it was good.
Pretty good.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Amy Cassandra Martinez. Remember, it's the full name now. You guys can find me on Twitter at AmyCassandraM and on Instagram at AmyCassandraMartinez. Make sure to follow me because I'm going to be going to some really cool press stuff this coming week. So it's pretty cool.
And my name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's KARIDLANE. And right after this is Star Trek Discovery. We're back. And also Marvel TV news tomorrow is at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, not 7. We're earlier tomorrow.
Wow, look at that. And as always, folks, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at HappyGoJackie. Folks, thanks for joining us here for this first episode of 2018 for Box Office Breakdown. We'll see you back here next week with another new episode. Until then, go see some movies.
Go see something.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it. Treat yourself.
Have popcorn.
For yourself.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network. The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.